Betty noticed a particularly bright star in the sky as she took in the views on their trip, and she assumed it was a planet. As they passed through Lancaster, she noticed that a second star had appeared just above the one that she first thought was the planet. This star, in contrast to the steady glow of the one it appeared above, seemed to be getting closer to the hills as it increased in brightness. After taking some more time to carefully observe these strange light phenomena in the sky, Betty finally nudged Barney, pointing to the lights in the sky. Barney assured Betty it was nothing more than a satellite, and the two continued their journey, with Betty keeping a watchful eye on the skies. Once they were stopped to let Delcy out, they weren't in a moving car anymore, and Betty could clearly see that this thing was still moving. Betty returned to the car with Delcy, and she grabbed a pair of binoculars that Barney had brought along their leisure trip to Niagara Falls. Through the binoculars, she saw this thing, this light, moving completely unpredictably. And it didn't make sense with how planes, helicopters, things like that would move. So she had Barney look, and even he was like, well, I don't know. I've never seen something move like that. But he stuck with his original story, thinking that, it had to be nothing more than a satellite. So they got back in the car and they made a few more stops, and Betty's just like looking at this thing. She's like, I'm not letting this one go. Yeah. And so they were just a few miles north of Cannon Mountain in the Franconian Notch. And Betty finally turned to Barney and said, if you think this is a satellite or a star, you're being absolutely ridiculous. Barney, in his mind, he knew it had to be something else. But again, he's doing the chivalrous man thing here, and he's like, no. It's just a satellite. It's okay. He just kept, he changed his tune now, and he said, well, maybe it's not a satellite. It's probably just a big commercial plane headed to Canada. So they got back in the car and they went back down Route 3. The couple approached a picnic area, and this was when they noticed the light swing toward the west, and then what appeared to be directly toward them. Barney pulled into the picnic area, which provided a clear view of the sky to the west. Betty persisted that it must be something more than a star or a satellite or a commercial plane. She's like, no, this is not normal. Betty and Barney got out of their car, and they were standing beside it, both staring up at the sky. The light was still growing. Betty also argued that, okay, if it was a plane, how come there's no sound? If this is, a propeller plane, why are we not hearing?